This is a world that runs at its own rhythm. A land that time forgot. These are the swamplands. An untamed place like no other. Destination Wild Swamplands. Sunday night at 8:40 on Nat Geo Wild. Howdy do, Wild Ben!
I'm Ben Britton from Wild Animal Encounters. I'd like to introduce you to the world's fastest bird, the peregrine falcon. Found in every continent on Earth except for Antarctica. It can reach speeds up to around 400 kilometres an hour and actually do most of its feeding up there in the air. It'll stoop down and hit the birds in mid-flight. Extra large nails it's got to dig through the feathers and actually get through to the flesh, just like it's doing now, on the bird. Got a specially designed tooth on the beak called a killing tooth, which actually snaps the neck of the bird as it's killing it. You can see here on the peregrine falcon, if I turn her around, these beautiful feathers and how streamlined she is, which helps her attain those really high speeds in flight. They have really large eyes, which lets them spot a pigeon up to 9 kilometres away. The spraying of DDTs nearly wiped out the population here in Australia, though their numbers are coming back now. They're quite common right throughout some of Australia's biggest cities. They normally nest in rock crevices on cliff faces, and so the skyscrapers that are built in our large cities are perfect nesting sites for these birds, and we'll actually see them in Sydney, Melbourne, nesting right at the top of these buildings. And so it's not an uncommon sight to see the world's fastest birds somewhere close to where you live.
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M
100 cc 4 valve DTSI engine जो दे 9.3 PS पावर, मतलब पावर का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
साथ में डिस्क ब्रेक मतलब सेफ्टी का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
84 kmpl की माइलेज मतलब माइलेज बाइक्स का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M माइलेज बाइक्स का।
नया सत्य है।
The Black Collection from Fog, for men in black. Where are you going tonight?
वादा ये पक्का है, तेरे सपनों का मैं पंख बन जाऊंगा। हर जीत में तेरी, हर हार में तेरी, हर मोड़ पे तुझसे, हर मोड़ पे कसम मिलाऊं।
भैया भाभी आपसे जो वादा किया मैं निभाऊंगा।
चाचू, हम जीत गए।
जो वादे निभाए जाते हैं वो हमेशा याद रहते हैं। ICICI Lombard, निभाए वादे।
Aksi badminton yang memikat dengan kecepatan tinggi dan skill menawan dalam semua pertandingan kelas dunia BWF. Ada berjuta alasan untuk bersorak karena mulai dari BWF World Super Series sampai Grand Prix Gold serta BWF Magazine Show yang akan mengulas semua hal tentang bintang favorit Anda. Semua hadir di Star Sports. Star Sports, the place for smashing badminton.
They have the campiest costumes, craziest mating games, and the most outrageous dance moves. No other birds on Earth go about the business of breeding like the birds of paradise. But while some are graceful, the others are precise hunters. Get amazed by their fancy feathers and extreme stealth in The Flying Kingdom, Friday nights at 8:40 on Nat Geo Wild. When we say dinosaurs, do you imagine scaly, scary-looking beasts? Or huge lizards terrorizing early Earth? If that's the case, we're here to show you the real dinosaur world.
an astonishing discovery.
which will totally change your perception about them.
Something we never would have believed we would find. Totally unexpected.
Step back in time with us into the mysterious lost world. Dino Fiesta, Monday nights at 8:40 on Nat Geo Wild.
No, I'm Brady Barr. Brady Barr.
Are you coming down?
Oh, I am coming down, and I'm Dr. Brady Barr, and you're watching Nat Geo Wild.
Sharks, the ultimate ocean predators.
When you talk about looking death right in the face, God.
Now Brady will decide which is the most dangerous.
That's literally half a ton of bite force from a 300-pound shark.
He and his team will perform a series of tests
Come on, bite, bite.
that'll land them in some risky situations.
Here we go. Whoa!
They'll put themselves within biting range,
There's got to be a lot of bacteria in there.
swim beside them, and take to the skies with high-tech equipment.
Oh man, that's perfect. Stay there.
What they capture could change how you think about the most notorious hunters in the ocean.
That shark just exploded out, completely cleared the water. Oh, look at that! We got two of them. Look at them. I thought the sharks were going to just slam into the boat.
The east coast of Florida, a prime feeding ground for one deadly predator, the bull shark.
I count 13 big bull sharks, all over 6 or 7 feet. Well, look at them all. I mean, that is amazing.
Reptile expert Dr. Brady Barr will explore what goes into the bull's attack.
I mean, they just all came in together like a phalanx, and they are getting fired up. All this action. Look at shark right below the boat.
Pull it in, see one just hit it.
Oh yeah. Look at that. One bite.
One bite.
It's hard to even get a knife in this fish. You can see the individual teeth marks.
That could just as quickly be your leg.
Shark attacks on humans are rare, but most are carried out by just 3 species: the great white, the bull, and the tiger.
That is just a massive animal.
The great white has a reputation as the ultimate ocean predator. But is it? Brady will put all 3 species through a battery of tests.
Got it, we got a bite,
And that will be highly dangerous.
Come on, open your mouth.
Brady will look at how hard these sharks bite.
That's a huge bite. That's comparable to a great white shark.
The deadly bacteria they sink into their victims.
Good night.
And the different ways they hunt. The great white has a powerful weapon that many believe make it the ultimate predator. So Brady will use cutting-edge technology to capture breaches like never before.
Oh, that was awesome!
The results could challenge everything you thought you knew about these attacks.
I don't think that they're exploding out of the water and always getting that seal in their teeth.
Everyone knows the great white has a deadly arsenal. So how do the bull and the tiger stack up? First on deck, the species commonly considered the most aggressive.
The bull shark has got a really wide head, meaning it could have a tremendously powerful bite. Also, the bull shark is unique in that it can spend a lot of time in fresh water. Now the question is it more dangerous? I aim to find out.
The first test, bite force. Brady will have to get within inches of the bull's jaws to see if they're as powerful as the great whites.
That thing is strong, I get you. They're called bull sharks because they're a lot like a bull. They're big, muscular, wide-bodied, barrel-chested, very, very powerful sharks, and that's why we're here.
Captain Mike Newman is an expert in finding bull sharks.
They'll start a frenzy now. Watch it. Oh, careful. It's just an aggression thing because they're agitated.
bulls are relatively small by shark standards.
Now, bull sharks don't get huge. They top out at about 11 feet. But very strong bodied, very powerful sharks.
Bulls can use sudden bursts of speed to attack almost anything that crosses their path. Other sharks, dolphins, sometimes even people. Peter Benchley based his novel Jaws on attacks that were probably the work of bull sharks, not great whites. But how much force is behind the bull shark's bite?
Oh, look at the size of that! That is a monster bull shark! That's got to be close to 500 pounds. I mean, that's a monster. That's about the maximum size for a bull shark. So if you're in the water with one of these bull sharks and you see its back arched and those pectoral fins go down, man, you need to really be cautious.
If you would get in the water with this one right now, he would probably bite you.
No, that's not going to happen. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, we're staying on the boat. So the idea is you're just going to pull the shark's head up out of the water and I'll stick the bite force meter down in there.
Exactly.
Probably easier said than done when you're talking about a 2, 3, 4, maybe 500-pound angry bull shark.
Over the years, Brady has measured the bite force of many animals.
95 pounds of force.
Ranging from hippos to humans. He's even tested the great white shark.
I mean, 669. That is a heck of a bite.
303 kilos. That's the biggest bite force reading Brady's ever recorded from a shark. Can the bull shark beat it? The bull's got a wider head than most other sharks, including the great white. In shark anatomy, width usually equals muscle. More muscle could mean more jaw strength.
Come on, open your mouth. We got a bite, 616. Wow. 616, that's a huge bite. That's comparable to a great white shark.
And when the bull's teeth sink into prey, they can do serious damage.
Bull sharks have very unique teeth. Broad triangular teeth on the upper surface, but on the lower, white at the base and narrow at the tip. Different types of teeth on the upper and lower. Man, that's exciting.
Like the great white, the bull's triangular lower teeth pin its prey, while its upper jaw moves out and down, delivering the full force of its bite. The bull has a lot of power in its wide jaws, but a single bite won't tell the whole story. Time to check another.
That's a big shark. Look at those teeth. Oh! 989 pounds. That's literally half a ton of bite force from a 300-pound bull shark. Ripped off all the waterproof housing on the bite force meter.
It's an extraordinary result. The strongest bite ever recorded from a shark. Any shark. The bull shark may be half the size of the average great white, but its wide head gives it a far stronger bite. Still, bite force alone won't determine which shark is deadliest. Sharks almost never attack humans. When they do, most people actually survive. But even if they make it out of the water, they may face a silent battle against infection. Victims can lose a limb, even die.
We're gonna get a bacterial sample from this bull shark. The idea is it's gonna bite onto this rubber slug and any bacteria on its teeth will remain in the rubber.
This is likely the first time anyone sampled the bacteria from a live bull's mouth.
Come on, bite it, bite it. There we go. Oh, look at those teeth. Look at those teeth, that won't let go. Woo, that's a bite. Look at what it did to our rubber slug. Man, we've got some great bacteria in there. You can see the individual teeth marks there. We're now in business because we got bull shark bacteria.
That sample's going straight to the lab. It'll take time to get the results. Meanwhile, there's one more factor that could make the bull a deadlier predator than the great white or the tiger. Their attack strategies.
It's a big dark one. think he's going to get it.
Ooh. Let's see if we can get him to bite.
They're not really eating it. See that?
Yeah.
Bulls are known for doing the bump and bite, ramming into their prey and then biting it. It's considered one of the most aggressive sharks, and it has a bite force that's far higher than the great whites.
Oh! 989! Woo!
Then again, the bull doesn't strike so hard, it actually leaves the water. It's hard to believe any shark can match the great white's assault. New technology could capture the action and show this killer ambush from an amazing new perspective. But first, there's another shark that combines its own powerful assault and the great white size into a deadly combination. It's time to find the next candidate, a shark that could be the deadliest predator in the ocean. Brady's headed to Bimini in the Bahamas, where tiger sharks are often found. The tiger is known as the trash can of the ocean. It eats anything, living or dead. It can even crack the extremely tough shell of a sea turtle. Does that mean it's got a bigger bite than the other sharks? The answer could come in a surprisingly small package.
We're in less than 5-6 feet of water.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to think there's going to be tiger sharks. Everything hanging around in this little bit of water.
Yeah, but we're not after the big ones. I mean, for our experiments, we want a smaller, you know, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8-foot shark.
Shark specialist Ryan Johnson will help test a new way to calculate bite force. The plan? Use a small shark to predict the bite of a big one.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
I mean, I saw a white belly. There's something right there. Yeah, it's a tiger shark. And the better news is it's a manageable size. It's about this long. Perfect for our bite force experiment.
Brady and Ryan need a shark that's small enough to easily bring back to shore. They'll electrically stimulate its jaws to get a really hard bite. Then they'll use a formula to predict the bite for a much bigger animal.
Man, that's beautiful.
Ryan will haul the tiger onto the boat. It may be small, but it has a mouthful of teeth.
I'm nervous, this thing's got a mouth on it.
Come on, Ryan, get him.
Yeah. Come here, matey.
Oh.
Yep.
Did he get you?
Nah.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, this is tough stuff.
Here, let me try. Let me have an attempt. 1, 2, 3. I got it. Yeah. Put him in there. Woo! It's a capture. That's good.
He's good, man.
That's great, man. He's perfect size.
This shark could provide key insight into the tiger's bite. It's time to find out if the tiger is the ultimate predator. Dr. Dan Huber has helped develop a technique to calculate the bites of tiger sharks of all sizes.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
We can send a mild electrical stimulus to the jaw muscles and get them to contract as hard as they can, and then we know definitively the maximum bite force of that animal.
Now the shark we're getting ready to do is a small individual, but if you do enough individual sharks, you can predict what a really big shark's maximum bite will be with your data set.
Absolutely.
So how big is the bite force of this tiger shark?
This is going to run water over its gills, and also it's got the anesthesia in there, so it's going to keep the animal nice and calm.
As the drug takes effect, Dan carefully preps the shark for the test.
Going in right at the front.
All right.
This plate's in good position?
I think we're good.
Okay, hit it. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a good bite.
There we go. That's
I mean, you see those muscles really contracted.
That's definitely a maximum contraction.
I mean, I could feel it really bit down. Okay, water.
And what was our measurement that time?
18.5.
18.5 pounds.
18.5 pounds.
Now, for a small shark, that's not that unexpected. But as the sharks get much, much bigger, what we find is that their bite force increases a lot faster than the size of their body. So as we zoom this guy up, its bite force gets higher, faster than it grows.
So this wouldn't be unexpected. A lot of people say, well, yeah, that's not a very strong bite. But that size bite is all this animal needs for its way of lifestyle. But as it gets bigger, it needs a stronger bite.
You only need 5, maybe 10 pounds to cut through most of the fish that they eat.
This guy's not eating sea turtles.
Exactly.
But once it reaches 9 or 10 feet, it will and can eat sea turtles.
Based on the results, Dan projects that a 3-meter shark would have a bite force of about 160 kilograms. That still seems small. That's not even half as strong as the bull shark's bite. And bulls aren't known for breaking through turtle shells. So how do tiger sharks do it? First, the team plans to confirm Dan's numbers. They'll measure the bite of an actual 3-meter tiger shark.
Man, look, we got sharks all over the place. That's a big lemon shark, and the tiger shark's over here behind us. So let's get kitted up before this tiger shark buggers off.
Yeah, I think part of it's going to be trying to keep those lemon sharks off.
This time, the test will take place on the tiger's own turf, underwater. Like great whites, tigers can grow up to 6 meters. They're striped like the jungle cats they're named for, and they can be just as ferocious. Although tigers eat almost anything, they're more likely to bite the meat if it's covered in bait.
Brady, one of the things I noticed was in South Africa, the sharks would come up and if they found something hard, it would spook off straight away. So we want the bite meter totally covered with bait so the first contact is nice and soft. Then they'll go for it.
With the bite meter prepped, the team heads into the tiger's lair. It doesn't take long before they find what they're looking for. A tiger shark about 3 meters long. Now Brady and Ryan have to get close enough to measure its bite.
And there are sharks everywhere. This cannot be good.
The lemon sharks all around will make their job difficult.
Whoa! The thing is nipping at my flippers. Ryan, hey, watch out, watch out. No. Oh, he's taking the bait! Oh, he took the bait off of it.
Without the bait, there's little chance of getting a tiger bite. As Ryan heads up to get a freshly baited meter, Brady's surrounded.
This is crazy dangerous. Man, I got sharks all over the place.
In the coastal waters off Bimini, Brady tries again to measure the tiger shark's bite force. He fights off the lemon sharks. And Ryan Johnson returns with a freshly baited bite pole.
Okay, hang on, here he is, right here. That's the shark. That's him. Come on. Man, that thing is huge. All right, come on, baby. Come on, come in. Bite it. Oh, we got it. We got a bite. That is a big bite. 419. That is 419 pounds. Woohoo! Now let's get out of here before they bite us.
That's more than the bite force experiment predicted, but it still seems small. Can the tiger shark really bite through a turtle shell with less than 200 kilograms of pressure? Dr. Dan Huber has a plan to find out.
So what we've got is the fresh shell from a loggerhead sea turtle and then a bronze cast of a portion of a tiger shark's jaw. And this whole setup is mounted in a hydraulic piston.
And as the piston comes down, we're going to get an estimate of the force required to cut through this shell, which should give us a really good idea of how a tiger shark is performing in the environment.
Dan turns on the machine, and the tiger jaw starts digging into the shell. But even with 500 kilos of force, the shell holds strong.
So it took so much force to cut through this sea turtle shell that the machine actually shut down. That was greater than ½ a ton of force.
It seems unlikely the tiger can bite with ½ a ton or more of force. But somehow, it breaks through turtle shells. There must be another piece to this puzzle. It could be the tiger's teeth.
I mean, those teeth are just like teeth on a saw. I mean, it's just incredible. See that? Very uniquely shaped teeth.
They're shaped like serrated can openers, beautifully adapted for cutting. They pin their prey with their lower teeth, while their loosely attached upper jaw slides back and forth, cutting like a saw. The combination of those curved teeth and the way they move allows the tiger to cut through turtle shells, despite its relatively weak bite. The tiger's unique bite could have another advantage, driving bacteria deep into its prey.
If shark bites or anything like croc bites, bacteria is the problem. I mean, those teeth drive that bacteria really deep down into the wound, and you don't know what types of bacteria you're dealing with. Very, very hard to treat.
Just like sharks, the mouths of crocodiles are crawling with deadly germs.
Look at that!
And Brady studied another reptile that has a mouthful of bacteria. The Komodo dragon.
That's the most unbelievable, horrific thing I think I've ever seen.
Their saliva is so toxic, it's often lethal to their prey. Now Brady and Ryan will collect bacteria from a living tiger shark.
We gotta be getting close to something.
They're hauling in long lines to catch another tiger, and it's a big one, nearly 4 meters.
Dang. Check the shark! Go to the shark under the boat! Woo! That is nice. Look at that. That's good stuff. That's a big animal. All right.
The tiger shark devours virtually anything. And that means its mouth could harbor some deadly bacteria. How deadly? A sample should provide the answer, if they can get one.
So the plan is, I'm gonna flip the shark over, grab his strike, try to open his mouth, and when this gets in, then I think we're just gonna both work together, close it down, and try to get the teeth on this. And the teeth will go in here, and thus the bacteria will be trapped in the rubber slug. Okay. Okay, you got it? Let me bet I've got 1, 2, yeah, 3. It's just hard to see them in the rubber slug, but yeah, they went deep. Okay, so now you gotta sleeve that up. We got bacteria trapped in there. Good. Nice. All right, sample done. That's great, man.
For a big shark, the tiger has a relatively weak bite force. A lot less than the great white. But on bite alone, neither of those sharks can compete with the bull so far. It's time to give the great white another chance to show the power of its jaws and delve deeper into its attack strategy. Does the great white's awe-inspiring breach make it the deadliest predator of all?
On the next episode of Big Cat Week, he's been living with some of the fiercest predators in the wild for over a decade. See firsthand their intimate and unique relationship and his fight to protect them from extinction.
They bring the hunters from overseas and they shoot them.
Go inside the compassion, trust, and love behind this extraordinary friendship. Big Cat Week, The Lion Whisperer. Tonight at 9:35 on Nat Geo Wild.
वादा ये पक्का है तेरे सपनों का मैं पंख बन जाऊंगा हर जीत में तेरी हर हार में तेरी हर मोड़ पे तुझसे हर मोड़ पे कदम मिलाऊं
भैया भाभी आपसे जो वादा किया मैं निभाऊंगा।
चाचू हम जीत गए।
जो वादे निभाए जाते हैं वो हमेशा याद रहते हैं। ICICI लोम्बार्ड निभाए वादे।
Red Bull gives you wings.
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M 100 cc 4 valve DTSI इंजन जो दे 9.3 PS पावर मतलब पावर का।
नया सत्य है नया सत्य है नया सत्य है
साथ में डिस्क ब्रेक मतलब सेफ्टी का।
नया सत्य है नया सत्य है नया सत्य है
84 kmpl की माइलेज मतलब माइलेज बाइक्स का।
नया सत्य है
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M माइलेज बाइक्स का।
नया सत्य है।
3 reptiles prepare for the ultimate and the bloodiest encounter, each with their own unique advantage. Snake, the king of venom. Dragon, the king of menace. Croc, the king of dominance. Adaptability for survival is in their blood, and they will do anything to thrive among the strongest apex predators. But when the game is for the throne, you either win or die. Reptile Kings, next on Nat Geo Wild.
This is one of the best places in the world to see a great white shark in action. Mossel Bay in South Africa.
Now we're after the largest of our 3 target species, the granddaddy of them all, the great white. Oh, look at that.
Just going to try to get the great white up to the surface, get them bitey.
So they're not shy. They're going to come right up to the back of the boat. We're going to try to lure them in with some bait. Gee, man.
Brady will work with shark expert Ryan Johnson to measure the bite of this bold hunter.
You know, that's the thing about a great white compared to the other ones. They're very confident, very charismatic, big animal, and they don't mind coming right up to the surface, have a look out of the water at you.
Brady first measured the great white's bite years ago.
I mean, 669. That is a heck of a bite.
Back then, he got a reading that was over 300 kilos of force. More than the tiger shark, but less than the bull.
We've got some big sharks around.
Big sharks should equate to big bite. Those bull sharks don't get that big, only about 9 or 10 feet long. Yet, do they really have a bite that's almost twice that of a great white? Today, we'll clear up some of that mystery.
Brady wants to make sure the great white really uses its full force on the meter. This time, he's trying something new.
Something that we've talked about in the past is that our bite force meter, our pressure plate, is hard and rigid. It's kind of unnatural for a shark to bite that. Are we really getting legitimate bites from that rigid pressure plate? So I had the National Geographic engineers come up with what I like to call the bite bag. It's much more flexible and pliable than our old rigid pressure plate. So maybe the sharks will think that this is a natural prey item and give us a stronger bite.
Ryan attaches bait to the softer bite bag. The bag's covered with Kevlar, the same material used in bulletproof vests and chainmail. The shark will be able to chomp down without puncturing it.
Okay, mate, we're good to go.
Shark, shark, shark! Oh! Here we go. Turn, turn. Come on in, baby. That is a good one, man. Oh, no, he's biting the motor.
What you have, buddy?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, come on, baby. Got it, got it. We got a bite. We got a bite. Watch yourself. He's definitely got it. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Got you, mate. Got you. He's got you. Are you free?
Yeah. Woo! That's a bite. That's a bite. Man, pulled me in the water, too.
The shark yanked the bait so hard, it nearly pulled Brady in two, his legs dangling underwater. Luckily, Brady's okay, and the bite bag did the trick.
Yeah, you know what? It works. They do not want to let it go. It's pliable. They got...
You can still see the bites going on.
Yeah, look. 3.7, 2.5, 3.0, 3.4, 4.7. He's down there just giving it this because it feels like a natural prey item. He's coming back up. He's coming back. I can see him. He's coming up. He's coming up.
When the shark finally releases the bag, they have a series of bite force numbers. The biggest is 160 kilograms.
350, that's a huge bite. But it's still not even close to the bull shark. And how long do you think that shark was?
You know, it wasn't the biggest shark. It was only about 3 meters, 9, 10 foot.
So 9 or 10 feet, that's about the same size as the bull shark that gave us a 900-pound bite. This guy, 350-pound bite. That's still a huge bite, but nothing close to the bull shark. And I'm convinced. The bite bag is a great new design, but also the bull shark has the stronger bite. I mean, that's a big shark. Nothing even close, though, to 900 pounds.
You know, from my side, it's a bit disappointing. Great whites are your pinnacle shark. This is what I've had as a pinnacle shark.
Yeah, not so great anymore, my friend.
It's totally unexpected. The much smaller bull shark is the bite force leader. But that doesn't mean it's the deadliest predator. There's another factor that could tip the scales. Great whites don't usually attack people, but when they do, their teeth can leave behind a deadly stew of bacteria. The upper teeth are serrated, designed for cutting and sawing. The teeth in the lower jaw are used for impaling. They're sharper than in the bull or the tiger, and could help to drive bacteria even further into a wound. Brady's already collected samples from the other sharks.
That is a monster.
But this time, he'll literally be hands-on.
Come on, big boy. Say hello.
Brady will try to hold the shark's mouth open long enough for Ryan to jam in the rubber slug.
Oh! Oh! Almost! Wait. Let's go.
She's turning. Go for it, mate. That's it. And out.
Oh! Woo! Woo, that was close. It was. She's going right for the motor. I know. What?
Now stay this way.
That was a good practice. Yeah.
All right, here she comes again.
Oh, here he comes.
This is good for us.
Yikes.
Oh, that's a bigger one. Hey.
That's a big shark.
This is the one we want.
That is just a massive animal. Look! Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Get it in there.
Whoa.
Watch your feet.
Whoa. Woo! Coming straight up. See that? See that maw? That thing is this big. Woo! When you talk about looking death right in the face, go.
Oh my God. You can't get much better than that.
Woo!
Oh, look, there we go.
The great white shark bacteria are analyzed, along with the other samples. They're put through a series of tests, and after weeks of waiting, the results are in. They confirm what other studies based on dead sharks have shown. The jaws of all three species are crawling with dangerous germs. Bacteria found in these sharks are known to cause serious wound infections and potentially deadly illnesses, including septicemia, diseases that could land you in intensive care. Worse, the tiger and the bull in particular have bacteria that are resistant to many antibiotics, making them even more dangerous. And the bull's bite force is the strongest.
Oh! That puts it up there with the biggest biters on the planet.
But the great white could still be the deadliest predator, thanks to the unique way it catches its prey.
Oh, we got two of them. Oh, look. Look at them. They both kind of came together, and now they're right here.
Great white sharks may not have enough bite force to compete with the bull shark, but maybe they don't have to.
Whoa! A breach! Whoa! That's incredible! Right beside the boat. He's still after it. He's still after him. Check that out.
Here in South Africa, Brady's investigating the great white's reputation as a fierce predator. It's not just the force of its bite. It's how it bites. They launch themselves like missiles, charging at seals at speeds of up to 24 kilometers an hour. Does the breach give great whites the deadliest attack of any shark? Here at Seal Island, Brady intends to find out. More than 4,000 Cape fur seals live in this area. And this rocky terrain is their preferred breeding ground. They have few natural predators here, other than the great white shark.
You think it's the low light levels that makes the seals harder to see the sharks?
Yeah, you know, these seals, if they see a shark, they're really fast and can get away. So the shark has to sort of get every advantage it possibly can.
Cape fur seals are quick, agile swimmers. To keep up, the great white uses the element of surprise. They ambush from below. And use short bursts of speed to close in. It's hard to get close to these attacks, but Brady's hatched a plan to bring the breaches to him.
And you and I have both seen a lot of breaches. But, you know, it's hard to really see what's going on. We're on the back of the boat's up and down, we have wells, but I think we may finally solve that problem. I've brought some friends with me, some high-tech friends, and they've got some high-tech gear.
Bobby Watts is a world champion remote control helicopter operator. Eric Van Giesen is an expert in remote control cameras. They're going to give us a new perspective on shark breaching.
Just by looking at this thing, Bobby, I can tell this isn't off the shelf. I'm not going to walk in my neighborhood variety store and just pick this thing up and walk out, right?
No, I don't think so. This is a pretty highly customized machine we got here, made out of lots of carbon fiber and you know, a lot of low-weight, high-strength material.
It's like a real full-size helicopter.
Exactly. It flies just like a big one. We can hover with it. We can go forwards, backwards, sideways.
The high-angle footage will be transmitted back to the boat.
Instead of just getting that shot that we've all seen from the back of the boat, we can have an eye in the sky. This thing can hover right over the decoy, it can circle it. This is going to answer the questions we've got.
Bobby and Eric take the helicopter for a test run.
Oh, look at that, that's awesome.
They want to make any adjustments now, not when there's a shark breaching.
Even with the rocks, you know, I can kind of see it.
Go backwards,
yeah,
forwards,
sideways,
side to side.
Yeah, any orientation you want.
Bobby's practicing working this close to the open water.
Be careful, you got about 100,000 birds over here to your left.
Okay.
The seabirds flying nearby could be a complication.
How high can you go up? Can we get a good aerial?
Yeah, the helicopter will go as high as you want it to tell you the truth.
When are you going to lose your signal?
As high as you can see.
Really? So it's got that kind of range?
Yeah, that kind of range.
Literally out of sight.
So it'll record everything that it sees.
I mean, how high is that right there?
That's probably a few hundred feet. Like I said,
that's plenty high enough, my friend.
Like I said, we can take it till it's a dot in the sky.
Okay, then can you come right to us?
Yes, I can.
The helicopter flies without a hitch.
That's the shark coming up. Boom! We can see it, Brady.
If everything goes according to plan, it'll capture breaches in an amazing new way.
Awesome.
The sun has just started to rise. The great white sharks are coming out to feed. The team's remote control helicopter is fully equipped to capture shark breaches off the coast of South Africa. It's a tough assignment.
So we're good for a 16-minute flight.
Brady and the team aren't taking any chances. They've picked an area known for shark activity. They've got experienced operators at the controls of the chopper and the camera. And to trigger a breach, they'll drag a seal decoy behind the boat.
All right, decoy's in. It's getting to be the time that the sharks start trying to hunt the seals. Now it's just a waiting game. Get our helicopter in the air and tow it around Seal Island. Keep our fingers crossed.
This March, Nat Geo Wild goes ape over nature. Do we share the same traits as apes and chimpanzees? Get ready to channel your inner primate on the new series, Ape Man. Ever wondered where all the water in the ocean came from and how it affects our survival? Find out in the brand new series, One Ocean. Go on an untamed journey into America's wild backyard with Casey Anderson and witness phenomenal animals on Destination Wild. This March, go ape over nature with Nat Geo Wild.
वादा ये पक्का है, तेरे सपनों का मैं पंख बन जाऊंगा, कर चोट लगे तो पट्टी बन जाऊंगा, हर जीत में तेरी, हर हार में तेरी, हर मोड़ पे तुझसे, हर मोड़ पे कदम मिला।
भाभी, आपसे जो वादा किया था मैं निभाऊंगा।
चाचू, हम जीत गए।
जो वादे निभाए जाते हैं वो हमेशा याद रहते हैं। ICICI लोम्बार्ड, निभाए वादे।
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M 100 सीसी 4 वाल्व DTSI इंजन जो दे 9.3 PS पावर, मतलब पावर का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
साथ में डिस्क ब्रेक, मतलब सेफ्टी का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
84 kmpl की माइलेज, मतलब माइलेज बाइक्स का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M, माइलेज बाइक्स का।
नया सत्य है।
On the next episode of Big Cat Week, he's been living with some of the fiercest predators in the wild for over a decade. See firsthand their intimate and unique relationship and his fight to protect them from extinction.
They bring the hunters from overseas and they shoot them.
Go inside the compassion, trust, and love behind this extraordinary friendship. Big Cat Week, The Lion Whisperer, tonight at 9:35 on Nat Geo Wild. 3 reptiles prepare for the ultimate and the bloodiest encounter, each with their own unique advantage. Snake, the king of venom. Dragon, the king of menace. Croc, the king of dominance. Adaptability for survival is in their blood, and they will do anything to thrive among the strongest apex predators. But when the game is for the throne, you either win or die. Reptile Kings, next on Nat Geo Wild.
Bobby, the pilot, and Eric, the camera operator, get the helicopter into position. When a shark breaches, they want to be right on it.
Oh, that's, if you can keep that angle right there, that's money.
Like that, that's cool.
Get a little, yeah, the more over it you can get, the better. Oh, that's just great right there. Come on, bite, sharks, bite.
Great whites are solitary hunters that generally feed in the early morning.
Shark behind it. He's following it.
The water is teeming with activity, but so far, no breaches.
Did you see that one? I'm sure he looks like he's pretty far back.
They need to change the chopper's battery in the next couple of minutes, or it'll drop into the drink. But just when Bobby's about to turn it around,
Nice!
That was a good one.
Unbelievable. Fully out of the water, man. He got it. Looked like he T-boned it. It looked like a marlin coming out. That is incredible. Yet it was probably a 1-ton animal. That's the biggest predatory fish in the sea, and that has got to be the most impressive predatory tactic I have ever seen. Woohoo!
the great white shark smashes into the decoy with the full force of its body. Its massive jaws open wide for the bite. The combination of brute force and a razor-tooth bite gives the great white a uniquely deadly 1-2 punch.
Man, no question what happened that time. I mean, look at this massive bite. If this would have been a real seal, that would have just been a massive injury. It would have taken off half of its body. It would have been almost death instantly. On top of that impact that blew the seal out of the water, that is awe-inspiring.
Many have thought of breaches as unstoppable assaults, but the helicopter footage suggests something else. Watching from behind the dorsal fin, this shark appears locked onto its target, poised for an attack. Then amazingly, it veers away. It seems that great whites have the ability to call off an attack. Maybe their breaches are more calculated than anyone knew. Still, these attacks don't always go as planned.
I don't think that they're exploding out of the water and always getting that seal in their teeth.
Even when the shark doesn't nab the seal, is it so powerful, roaring up from below, that the impact alone can stop its prey? Brady will do one last test to find out how hard the great whites can smash into a seal.
This little device is called an accelerometer. It measures force. It's going to allow us to determine how many G-forces the shark hits the decoy with. I'm going to put it inside and throw her overboard.
The helicopter takes to the skies again. Its camera aimed at the decoy.
Oh man, that's perfect. Stay there.
The great white's feeding time is almost over. But before the team calls it a day,
oh, yeah, baby! I nailed it! Oh, that was awesome!
He got it so good. It was right in the middle.
Man, and that shark just exploded out. Completely cleared the water. That had to be a 10, 11-foot shark, man. Unreal. Can't wait to pull the decoy in and let's get our data. Man, awesome!
Celebration flyby. So that is.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. He cut it in half. My heart just stopped because I thought the accelerometer was gone, but we still got it. It's still in there, I think. Yeah, we got it. It's still in there. We got the accelerometer. Look at that.
Man, that's a big shark and a big bite. Woo!
the accelerometer shows a reading of 50 G's of force. Race car drivers tearing around a hairpin turn may face up to 5 G's. And fighter pilots screaming through the skies can experience 9. For a young seal, those 50 Gs would likely stun it, even knock it unconscious. The breach may be designed to deliver blunt force trauma, not just a lacerating bite.
Oh! Holy! That was the best we've ever had!
The great white shark has put on an impressive display. But is it really the shark with the deadliest attack? For Brady, the answer is yes. Based on these tests, the bull has a powerful bite force and dangerous bacteria.
989 pounds.
While the tiger can bite through turtle shells. But when it comes to an all-around assault, the great white seems to stand alone. The deadliest of these sharks. And the ultimate ocean predator.
Three reptiles prepare for the ultimate and the bloodiest encounter, each with their own unique advantage. Snake, the king of venom. Dragon, the king of menace. Croc, the king of dominance. Adaptability for survival is in their blood, and they will do anything to thrive among the strongest apex predators. But when the game is for the throne, you either win or die. Reptile Kings, next on Nat Geo Wild.
The Black Collection from Fog for Men in Black. Where are you going tonight?
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M 100 cc 4 valve DTSI इंजन जो दे 9.3 PS पावर, मतलब पावर का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
साथ में डिस्क ब्रेक, मतलब सेफ्टी का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
84 kmpl की माइलेज, मतलब माइलेज बाइक्स का।
नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है, नया सत्य है।
नया बजाज डिस्कवर 100M mileage bikes ka.
Aksi badminton yang memikat dengan kecepatan tinggi dan skill menawan dalam semua pertandingan kelas dunia BWF. Ada berjuta alasan untuk bersorak karena mulai dari BWF World Super Series sampai Grand Prix Gold serta BWF Magazine Show yang akan mengulas semua hal tentang bintang favorit Anda. Semua hadir di Star Sports. Star Sports, the place for smashing badminton.
This March, Nat Geo Wild goes ape over nature.
Whoa! Whoa!
Human behavior is distinctly primal, but do we share the same traits as apes and chimpanzees?
I found out there's more than a little ape in all of us.
Observe the ape within us with fun stunts and humorous experiments, and channel your inner primate with the new series, Ape Man. Ever wondered where all the water in the ocean came from? And what role does it play in our ultimate survival?
Without that water, all this life could not exist.
Join us as we explore and reveal a secret world beneath the water surface in the brand new series, One Ocean. Go on an untamed journey into America's wild backyard with Casey Anderson and come face to face with phenomenal animals that defy the odds on the global nature splendor, Destination Wild. This March, go ape over nature with Nat Geo Wild.
Next on Python Hunters. The hunters are on the lookout for some new Everglades invaders.
Oh my God, look at them all.
The green iguana and the African rock python.
Very, very magnificent animal and very misunderstood.
Plus, the prolific and powerful Burmese python.
Oh, got me too. When they feel threatened, they're going to come out shooting.
Burmese pythons have invaded Florida. To eradicate them, the states issued 15 special permits to snake experts. And these men got permits 1, 2, and 3. Biologist Sean Heflick has been chasing, studying, and breeding reptiles his entire life.
I've never been afraid of snakes.
Exotic reptile breeder and cop Greg Graziani knows his pythons inside and out.
I got my first Burmese python when I was 12 years old.
Python breeding pro Michael Cole has sold his designer color mutations for as much as $25,000.
I've learned about reptiles the hard way. I didn't go to school for it. It was a passion.
Now these snake breeders are defending the Everglades. They are the Python Hunters.
Hey, Python! You got one? Yeah, a little one. Right here, in this thicket. Guys, you coming?
Not far, I can't get through here. I'm 4 feet away and I can't get through here. You got it?
Where you at? Right here. You tagged me a couple of times.
Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, we got you again.
Yeah, he's wrapped around that wood. Yeah, we got it.
Ooh, got him?
Ow.
There you go.
Oh,
watch your face.
I love you, baby. Want kisses? Kisses, baby. Clean looking animal, but he's got some bite wounds or something on his neck. A bit of scarring in that.
Not surprising, given this carnivore has only its powerful jaws to grab hold of both predators and prey.
Awesome little dude. Right here in this sun patch as I walk through. Don't do that, not on the thumb. No, not on the thumb, buddy.
It's also not surprising that this species from Southeast Asia has taken hold in the Everglades.
Get some temps, Greg, because he was in that sun.
88 degrees on the head.
Wow, yeah. So he's sitting here warming himself up. Perfect location.
These cold-blooded creatures need the heat for building energy.
And I think I rattled that, branch.
Right.
Boom. Oh.
This habitat offers ideal cover to hunt or hide.
Wipe your hand and one more down.
Good stuff. The plan's starting to come together.
More than 1/10 of the animal species living in the Everglades don't belong here. Florida Fish and Wildlife estimates that this already fragile ecosystem is home to hundreds of invasive mammal, fish, reptile, and bird species. Plus, over 1,000 exotic insect and plant species. Nearby Miami is an international port with a large exotic animal trade. So some of the foreigners came to Florida by accident, but some were introduced on purpose. Because of the hospitable climate, diverse habitats, and limited predators, most are thriving, but one in particular is getting all of the bad press.
I know there's huge hysteria because these are snakes. Out of the 453, 457 non-native species that FWC monitors, we're only worried about one. And that's the Burmese python.
Dispelling that hysteria has the python hunters on a mission.
We need to tread carefully, we need to go slowly, and we need to figure out before spreading mass hysteria what really is going on with these populations out there. There's no doubt they shouldn't be there. Nobody's going to argue that. They're exotic, they don't belong, but they're not necessarily the alligator that ate Manhattan.
How do these Burmese pythons fit into the ecosystem? What are they eating? What's eating them? Well, we know they're generalists. They can pretty much take anything. They're taking small mammals, the rats and rabbits, birds. They've taken alligators.
Is there any other data at this point that there is a decline in another species due to these pythons?
We know that these pythons have eaten at least one wood stork and at least one blue heron. But we also know that wood storks and blue herons eat a lot of snakes.
And then we've got the American alligator. That's the big boy out there. That's the one that eats adult berms as well as juveniles and anything in between. It's definitely, I think, going to benefit that population.
But there's no research on it.
The hunters are performing a necropsy on a berm killed by cold weather for a close-up view of the adaptations that have made it so successful.
We can speculate that there'll be absolutely no problems or that the problems will be horrific, but what do we have to look at to figure that out?
Maybe no one would notice if the pythons stayed in the wilds of the Everglades, eating rats and rabbits. But they don't.
You could see that dog was barking and barking. We know something's wrong.
Rafael Gonzalez thought it was crazy when his daughter told him what she smelled in the chicken coop.
I already got like the sense of the smell of them. I'm like, you know what, they smell like snake around here. And the next day when we came, the snake was right there in the back.
And one of her ducks is gone. An easy meal for a large constrictor that squeezes the life out of its prey. Michael knows firsthand the strength of a Burmese python.
I can describe what it's like to be attacked by a python pretty good, because I was grabbed by a 12-foot Burmese python and wrapped up. It was my own mistake. I was feeding the animal, and it got a hold of my hand instead of the prey. And when it wraps up around its prey, it squeezes. It squeezes. Every time you breathe out to take a breath, it tightens. Eventually what happens is you cannot breathe in anymore. And that's how it eventually suffocates its prey. What makes these things so powerful is not that they have copious amounts of muscle. You see how they tie in at a cross section, right?
Yeah.
They literally make a cross hatchwork. And that's what makes them so powerful, is the way their muscles contract and are tied into the ribs and into the spinal column. It's a ratcheting system. You know, it locks it into place. Burmese python, 12.5 feet long, is not big enough to suffocate me. Had I not known what I was doing, and if I were a smaller person, it could have been a pretty tricky spot to be in.
Like the one the Gonzalez family was facing. Stuck in their fence was a snake, thick with their missing duck, swallowed whole.
When they eat the duck, it was like this.
The family decided to attempt to capture it.
When we corner an animal like that, when they feel threatened, they're going to come out, you know, shooting, so to speak.
And she tried to bite me, and she bite the wood. She bite the wood. You know, we look and look.
We were able to pull her out, okay, but she tried to get away from us. But at the same time, when we were pulling her out, she started losing like a fluid. It's like urine or something, and it smelled, but it was like an oil.
It's spewing all over the place. Ah!
They have glands that they'll secrete this foul-smelling odor. And if you're a predator and you get that in your face, or you get that, and God forbid, you get it in your mouth, you're going to think twice about devouring that thing.
The Gonzalezes got the python into a bin. With its energy completely depleted by digestion, the snake regurgitates its prey as an escape tactic.
This is her mouth right here, and this is the duck. And here's when we called the fire department, and they came to pick her up. This is the snake itself. I'm afraid, especially for my animals, my dogs, okay, because they're small dogs. She was able to get a duck. I know my dog is just perfect dinner for her.
The Burmese python's occasional appearances in urban and suburban areas has got the state officials' attention. But no one truly knows what impact this invasive species is having on a much more vulnerable environment, the Everglades.
Yes, Officer Collins, this is Michael Cole, one of the python hunters. We're going to be going out doing a hunt today.
It was almost a joke when Michael approached the commissioners and said, well, we need to take the Everglades back. And one of the commissioners said, are you willing to go out and hunt pythons? And Michael said, yeah, I've got more people with me that are willing to help.
I'm permit number 1, 2, and permit number 3.
And the commissioners were like, well, it looks like we've got 3 guys that are serious that can go out, collect these snakes, get the data we need to see exactly what, if any, detriment they are to the environment. And that's pretty much how the team got put together.
Hey! Hey! Slow down, slow down.
Oh, what are you hollering about, man?
Oh, nothing. Just a berm.
Look at that.
I walked not 20 feet from here.
Coming towards this log.
I don't think I'd have seen it, but it was moving.
They can barely see it, and it can barely see them.
You know what? It's in a shed. It can't even see. Totally blued. It has no idea.
If I stand still, this snake will crawl right past me. Oh, he's deep in shed. Look at that.
Yeah, that's I don't think you can see it. The damn thing.
As snakes grow, their skin doesn't. So they need to shed their skin as often as several times a year. The clear scales that cover their eyes dry out and appear to turn blue. For that time, they are nearly blind and have to rely on their heat sensing to know when another animal is near.
He doesn't even know that's my foot. He senses something. Look at him sniffing.
He also's got that heat sensing. He just realized a big, massive animal just got in front of him. And look what he did. He immediately rerouted himself.
You know, in this state, that snake is defenseless. Almost defenseless. I mean, you can come within 2 feet of it and do whatever you want.
Yeah, Predator would have no problem taking this animal right now. I tell you, this is pretty cool because we rarely get the opportunity to watch these guys like this. It's always run, snatch, grab, you know.
Because of the shed, I guarantee it. All because of the shed.
I can get some pics while he's, you know, while he's doing his thing.
This foreigner's survival is helped by its tan, brown, and black camouflage, blending it seamlessly into the glades grasses.
In his viewfinder, I can't see him. I mean, I know where he's at. I have to look with my naked eye and see that one section.
For the capture, Michael's snake catching technique is one that should only be used by experts.
Typically what we'll do is grab the animal by the tail